Hello, welcome to another episode of The High Ground, powered by Premier Companies. Jeff, how are you this morning?
I'm wonderful, Sal. Yourself?
Doing great.
Who you got for us?
Oh, we got another special guest in the podcast room with us today, Jay Riekers of Jacobi Sales and Service.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Thanks for jumping on here with us. But before we get started, we got to do the question of the day, and this one may take a while. I don't know how we wrote this down, but what is something that you do that your wife or family would say drives them crazy?
Well, there's a lot of things, Sal.
We got
probably just this weekend. As you know, I'm a big guy. I can cook. And if there's one thing that drives my wife and family crazy is when I get done cooking, I just can destroy a kitchen.
Well, you got to use all your tools.
So that's probably one of the main things that I do to probably drive them crazy.
And you play the I cooked, so somebody
else clean. But we have a lot of fun. So
what's your favorite dishes that you whip up?
Anything on the grill. Smoker, I can do it all.
See, we're opposite. My wife is she can grill a steak and get it perfect every time.
Yeah,
But you're the
guy.
Yeah,
I know.
It's like,
well, the smoker's where I come in.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my thing.
No, we do a lot of family meals and do a lot of stuff like that, so we enjoy it.
Good deal. Well, this will be therapy, Jeff.
Yeah, I was going to say, we are limited on time, so I won't go to all of them. But I'll probably go on I think what drives my wife crazy is she's a great cook. She'll make everything, but I'll go through something on the grill and it's like, I take credit for the whole meal.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I did the burgers or I did the steaks and stuff. And, everybody's like, oh, Dad, this is great. And my wife's like, I did all the other side dishes and prepped. I mean, she literally just hands me, here, go put these on the grill. So, yeah, that probably drives her nuts.
That's good.
Among many other things.
I don't know what mine would be. I think they think that I think I know all the answers. And
that's why we always come to you, Sal.
Gosh, I feel like if they would just listen to what I say the first time but that kind of drives them crazy is that I'm like, do it this way, and this way.
Exactly.
Yeah, that, and I also get sometimes women just they want to talk about their problems.
Oh yeah.
And I'll jump in and it's like, well, here's how you fix that.
Yeah.
They don't want the fix. They want to use a bunch of words. I'm like, I can tell you in 3 words how to fix it and we can move on. But it's like, I just want to talk about it. I don't want you to fix everything. Or I'm a guy. That's what I do.
This is right. Well, then don't think about it.
Yeah.
Just don't think about it. All right. Well, Jay, tell us a little bit about yourself and your career path and
96,
family.
Yeah, 96 grad at Purdue. Animal science degree. Did not use that in my career. But
some of those tractors haul manure.
Yeah, they do. But went to Russellville, Kentucky, and started as a service manager for H&R AgriPower for Wayne Hunt and Ross Morgan.
Wayne Hunt, good guy.
Wayne,
yeah,
real good.
How'd you end up down there? First thing,
they did a recruiting day at Purdue. It looked good. I was single. There I was.
Neat.
So went down, and my dad had worked parts and been in the equipment business all his life. So I kind of knew equipment and kind of had a passion for it, but didn't really take that with me to Purdue. But here I am now. But worked down there for a year. Kind of got homesick, and got on at Jacobi's as service manager, talked to Phil and Kevin Book, and they put me in at Seymour when they built the store. And I've been service manager there. I was service manager for 11 years, then went back to sales. And we went through about 3 service managers, and in 2022, we were without a service manager, so I decided to do a dual role as service manager in large equipment sales.
That was the COVID years, right?
Yeah, that was the good years. But one thing in service, you have to know the customer's equipment. And I know everybody that I've sold to and all the farmers around here. And I know what they have and what they need, and it just was natural. So that's where I'm at. But it's the Jacobi family. They're now at 7 stores.
7 stores,
and
now.
Latest one is Franklin, Indiana store. When they bought McGuire International out. There's they just built a new store in Louisville, Kentucky. And Louisville and Sellersburg and Franklin are our big rental stores. We have a Kubota Construction, run about 30 to 40 skid steers and about 30 excavators on rental about every day. Big change.
Wow.
In the business. And
my cousin works down at the Sellersburg store, but those are the two. Sellersburg and Franklin are the equipment rental.
And Louisville.
Store,
the brand new store on Bardstown Road. Beautiful. Phil did a wonderful job. If you ever get through Louisville to see that store, it is
like a road trip.
It is amazing.
Sal doesn't like to drive by an equipment dealership without driving through their lot. So.
We've done it before.
Oh, yeah. I remember the first day I met Sal, we were at Taekwondo with our kids. And Sal said, "You sell at Jacobi's," and I ended up selling him a skid steer. And
I am so easy.
and that's one thing we want to cover today is because we know Sal likes equipment. Yes. He's bought some equipment. So we need you to reveal how many times you've taken advantage of him. And do you guys
just a few times.
Do you guys hear like cash registers going off when Sal pulls in?
I'm not their biggest customer, but as a percentage of disposable income, I think I am probably.
we like Sal. We treat everybody the same, so we like Sal.
But you started off in the service department there.
Started off in service. I've always been kind of a tech guy, and
is there technology in tractors today?
There is. It will blow your mind. I'll tell you, in 98, I didn't even have a cell phone.
Yeah.
And now the cell phone's your life. I mean, if a farmer has a question, I mean, I bet I take at least 60 to 70 phone calls a day from farmers.
They don't call the office.
They don't call the office. They call your cell phone, and it's fine. Yeah. It's easy, but there's a lot of information that you got to know. It's a young man's game. I'm getting older, but still, I know the equipment, and I'm learning every day. But it's changed a lot.
What's the biggest change you think you've seen in your career?
It's technology, and Sal's seen it here with the sprayers. It's speed. It's I think a farmer now has to kind of gear their equipment because we got maybe 10 to 15 days to plant. So we have to have a planter. I mean, we're talking high speed now. We're wanting planter to plant 10 mile an hour.
Perfect.
We had to have a picket fence stand with put on 2 fertilizers, prescriptioned, and we got to manage downforce, and we got to steer within a sub-meter accuracy, and we can do it.
That's amazing.
It's amazing what we can do. We used to 5 mile an hour with the finger pickup unit, and we've never thought about this, but technology's changed, and also the farmers have to change with technology. Probably our biggest thing that we have to do is teaching these farmers, if they want this technology to work, they have to know it. They just can't say, I want this to do it, and not put in the homework of knowing how it works. And that's where the young generations come in, and we've got some farmers that blow us away. I mean, the technology they understand, it's amazing.
A few years ago, and this wouldn't surprise you, but my the renter, the farmer that rents my field, the auto steer went out on the combine, and he stopped. I mean, right?
Yes, we manage our own network. We have our own network.
Yeah.
We have our own cell network, and we know when it's down. It doesn't matter if it's midnight, Sundays. We know when that's down because these planners have to have it.
Yeah.
And when it's not working, our our prescriptions aren't working.
There you go. There was a whole host of things.
Our steering's not working because we don't put markers on planters anymore.
No.
And when I like putting markers on, but it's $15,000. So when we're talking about low prices, we got to cut our prices somewhere. So we don't put markers on planters. So when that technology goes down, it's a real issue. Everything that we have is up to date but Columbus, so it's secure, but we still have days where it goes down.
I bet your customers are real patient when stuff goes down and they can't plant.
We have to say we love our customers. They understand and they know that when it goes down, we're there to fix it. And we haven't had a big issue. I mean, we've had a few days. The northern lights affected us a little bit.
Really?
Who'd ever thought that?
Yeah.
But it did.
Just interfering with signal?
Interfering with signal, some of the older systems. The newer stuff, not so much, but some of the older systems, it affected with signal, we'd lose it. But we've went through that pretty well. We made that change from we had nothing to now we're full blown. We have 2 AFS guys now full time at Seymour.
AFS is
our advanced farming systems, our tech guys. So we've got the Geek Squad at Seymour, E-Town, Zach down at Palmyra, and they stay busy.
And that is for the listeners that may not be familiar, you talked about speed and just going from 5 miles an hour to 10 miles an hour in planting, but it's about everything, isn't it? It's about combining.
Yeah, and then MacDon now, we're a big MacDon Draper head dealer. And they're new.
Tell what a Draper head is for.
It's a belt driven, or it's a belt head, doesn't have an auger. And we haven't sold a auger head for 10 years.
10 years.
It's, we took the whole, used to the head was our limiting factor when we could run. Now it took our combine, but we can cut beans 24 hours a day if a combine can take it. Used to, you couldn't do that till you had to wait till noon, and as soon as the sun went down, you had to quit. But now we can, as long as the combine will take it, we can run. And MacDon.
And explain why that is.
It's just when we take the beans, when they hit the belt, we used to have wad feed. I call it wad feed. But now everything lays down flat, goes in head first to the feeder house. And
you used to have a big giant auger in the head.
Yes, you used to have an auger, and that just wrapped up, shattered, and we don't see that anymore. But Draper heads are very delicate heads. They don't like roots. We have a lot of.
Oh my God!
So, but they're big. I mean, we could take takes less horsepower, so we can. Where we used to run a 20-foot head, they can run a 30-foot Draper. So now we're seeing Drapers up in that 61 feet.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And the first time you ever see this is that when it follows the contours, and we had an old New Holland combine when I was a kid, and I don't know what the bar width was, but it was probably 15 feet or something. And the fact that this Draper head can follow the contours better than
and it's all mechanical. There's no electronics to that. It's all mechanical. So that's what's pretty neat on the MacDon Draper head. We don't have our feeder house, like most of the auger heads. When we contoured the ground, our feeder house had to go lateral, and now it's all done in the head. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, the first time you see the crop just land on that belt, and just move stationary.
Till you've sat behind one and seen a 40-foot, there's a lot of stuff going on. So you know why you need auto steer because of the dust, and you can't see. I mean, you rely on the steering of the combine and the combine to do its thing. Now speaking of combines, when we went to our new 50 series machine, these combines set themselves.
Really?
Yeah, we can. We used all the same sensors that we had before, all of our grain loss sensors. Now we do have a camera in the clean grain auger which checks for splits, just like you have at your elevators. We can tell splits and kernel quality. So this combine, we can basically start a new combine, go in the monitor and say we want to shell corn, and it'll set itself. And it's going to pop up. If you look back in your grain tank and you see more, they call it MOG, material other than grain, you can say, I want less or I want more. The John Deere guys, they always think we got to sell anything other than grain because they can't get as clean as the red ones. So,
we should clarify what brands. I don't know if we ever said what brand.
Case H, but it's the combine will set itself, and the guys. It's good for new drivers. The old guys, they still want to set their combine. They can still do that, but a lot of them are now using that and just fine tuning it. But it'll change if we go down a dip and we see that we're showing 50 bushel corn instead of 300 bushel corn. It's going to automatically set our sieves so our fan down, so we're not throwing it out the back.
It does that through the sensors, through video.
No, it's not video. It's just our sensors that we were using before. It's our grain loss sensors, and it uses all that technology and automates it.
That is amazing.
So
how many years away are we from where that combine's completely autonomous and there's no driver?
That's a loaded question. I mean, there's a lot of factors. I know Case and John Deere. I know Adam Myers has the autonomous lawnmower out there at the sod farm.
Does he?
But there's a lot to that. I mean, we can do it right now. We don't need a driver. We're basically running it autonomous anyway.
Yeah.
But you still liability wise when that something runs in front of you still got to be able to stop the machine and the grain cart. But it's probably 10 years ago. I was out at Kinsey and they brought a tractor and a grain cart and dumped on the go without a driver in it. And that was 10 years ago. They never brought that technology out. But where that kind of technology went to is now when we compare a combine and a tractor together. So if we're doing a grain cart, they can run the same lines that we have, and the grain cart tractors can come up, so it's easier for them to drive. It's on the same line, and they know where we're at and can match our speeds. So it's evolved.
Well, if you ever think that 5 mile an hour is slow, pull a grain cart next to a 40-foot bean head.
Setting a planter at 10 mile an hour, 10 or 12 mile an hour.
Oh my gosh!
And you take a 24-row planter. I've got a big customer, Jeff Hatton, up at Flat Rock, Indiana, and they got a 24-row planter. And they're the ones doing 2 fertilizers, high speed. We got to roll, and they would have planted our whole farm in 2 hours back when we were farming.
Oh my!
I mean, and it does it. I mean, it's just amazing. It's a lot of wear. They still got to work on when we're doing high speed disc openers, planter. I mean, the machines take a beating, and so we're still got to fine tune. I mean, it's nothing to see us go through a set of double disc openers every year on a high speed planter just because of the heat and the friction. So
I wouldn't have thought about that, but that makes sense.
Yeah, we were like, the first couple years with the high speeds, we were like, why are we wearing these planters? I mean, they're flat. The discs are flat wore out, and it's an industry. It's along the whole industry, and it's just the heat and the friction. I mean, the different soils. There's some soil. I mean, we're sandy around here. You get some clay areas down in Versailles areas. They don't wear a planter out like we do up here. So,
but the sand does.
Sand wears it.
I'll be darned.
So, but yeah, it's technology has changed, and keeping our staff able to take care of that technology. It's an issue.
Just the training.
I mean, since 2020, nothing's face to face anymore. It's all Zoom. So there's trainings every day. We can't hardly keep up with the trainings, but there's lots of information even for the farmer to go now on Case H and train just like we do.
And the brands that you obviously Case H.
We sell. If you want to buy it, we'll sell it to you. but no, our main brands are Case H, Kubota. As far as ag wise, it's Kinsey, MacDon, Geringoff Corn Heads. Our technology side, we do Case H. Seymour Stores, big into ag leader. You'll see different areas. Zach more at Palmyra's more into the Case H technology. It's kind of area specific. But main thing is you got to be able to support what you sell. And Jacobe Sales, that's been their motto since they started. Started in 1928.
Wow.
Will Jacobi at the farm started with a McCormick dealership at the farm. And I think it was around 50 when they started there in Palmyra, I think. Well, I would have to talk to Brian and Billy for sure.
Brian and Billy didn't really want to be on the podcast.
No, they're more behind the scenes. No, that's what's unique about Jacobi's. I mean, every store's got a family member there.
I didn't realize
Hallie, Billy's daughter, Hallie, runs the Shelbyville store. Jay's down to Sellersburg store, where Jacobi's is ran by the Books and Jacobi's and Ools. And Scott Book runs the E-Town store. Then at the Palmyra store, you got Kevin, Billy, Brian, Phil, which Phil's still active every day in the store. I mean, that's what makes it unique. And everybody looks at the big corporate dealerships and you look at Jacobi's, and you might go to Palmyra and see Phil Jacobi out unloading a lawnmower. I mean, and that's what makes Jacobi's unique, is you still got the family there and you still got the familiar. I mean, everybody's been there. We're not rolling over employment. You get familiar with somebody and you trust them, and that's what makes Jacobi successful.
Very good. So from a grower's perspective, I mean, obviously, we're in a tough spot in ag. I mean, right now, great yields, but we have a lot of supply then. Yeah. And that makes puts a lot of downward price pressure. So farmers considering equipment choices going into this fall and into 2026.
It's changed a lot. When I've back in the teens, I mean, 1 year I sold 40 Magnum tractors in 1 year.
Oh my goodness.
And we couldn't get enough Magnums, but we were doing a lot of leasing, and interest rates were very cheap. And that's what drove, and farmers were making money back then. And then, I mean, if you give a farmer money, he's going to buy a new pickup. He's going to buy a new combine.
Yeah.
And it's changed now with the interest rates higher. We've had, as a dealership, we used to really push selling equipment, and now we've had to do more with what we've got as far as manpower. We started what they call a combine inspection program. And I basically maintain 70 combines that is in our inspection program. We start in November. As soon as they get done, I have 2 guys every day working on combines. So we go out and do the inspection. Farmers are good. They trust us. So we tell them, say, hey, we can't afford a $700,000 combine. What can we do to keep our combine in shape? So they have to go to bed ready for the next season. So that's what we've pushed that all year long. So with this combine inspection, and come December and January, we let the farmer do a prepay. And with a prepay, we give them 10% off on all their parts and labor. So that's really been a good thing for us. So used to, when I first started and we went through a 2388 combine, which was our biggest combine, you can go from front to rear for $10,000. That was rebuilding everything. Wow. Now we just put a bill out yesterday in the 40s on a combine but we're talking about a $700,000 machine, a $40,000 bill. They go through and knock on wood, we've had very good luck. The farmers have said, hey, that's the best that combine's ever done. So we're taking these older machines and putting them through the field just like a new one and being very successful. But it takes us and the farmer to be on the same page, saying we got to get them ready, because I don't have the manpower to do big jobs during season.
And that's kind of the goal, it sounds like, of your inspection program, is to make sure we don't have the bearings, the belts. We check that. That's what these guys are doing combines every day. They know every wear point on this machine. So we're checking that out and getting them ready, and we're putting them just like a new machine.
How many years can you get out for an average farmer? That's, take the typical average farm size that you're servicing. realistically, how many years are you going to get out of a combine if he's in your program?
If he's in our program, I mean, we're seeing it's the amount of acres we're putting through these machines anymore. I feel confident in a 3,500 hour machine that if as long as we go through it and we keep up, we're doing oil samples now. So what's cool about these oil samples, we'll pull an engine oil sample and I can send it to Indianapolis, and in 2 days I'll know if they've got a bearing going out, if we've got, they know what metal from each component in that engine, that if there's a failure. And we've caught oil coolers going bad when we had no clue, but
just from the oil
sample, we know what metal's in that oil cooler and we know where that's coming from. That's the technology. So
we've blood checked into the doctor.
So we've caught these $50,000 engines before an oil cooler's going bad, and we've been able to repair them and save them. So there's big things. I mean, the oil samples, we're big on oil samples and keeping track, and
is that part of the combine inspection?
If they want it, I mean, a lot of guys do. I mean, COVID kind of slowed us down. We couldn't get enough oil sample kits. So,
because the plastic cap or something, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. But no, it's a good thing. I mean, we can our combines have a CVT transmission that runs a rotor and the feeder house, and we can catch a bearing failing in that from an oil sample.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. So, but that's changed the dynamics of our service part. We can really do prevent maintenance, and that's the key.
So with these equipment companies that you're a dealership for, my guess is they're bringing you in and showing you, hey, here's the next new thing we're working on. So what do you see out there in the future that really excites you? You can't wait to come to market.
I was on the computer the other day, and they were showing this sprayer, and it had a globe on top, and it was seeing weeds out in the field, and it was spraying just that weed.
Yeah.
Just that weed. It was just amazing how they were changing the rate. Oh, that was pretty cool, as I've not seen that yet. Our tech guys have, but I mean, I'm sure, Sal, you're going to see that in the sprayers. You've seen the sprayers change here. I mean, look at these big
It's interesting you're talking about that. I mean, Jeff's over 12 robotic, completely autonomous sprayers.
Yeah. Yeah, I see there's a couple up in Columbus. I don't know. I think it's up at Arnholtz. I see them out there. I go, what is that? I go up there at night and see that. And I was like, what are those sprayers doing up there?
Yeah, lights blinking. And
yeah.
It's that kind of stuff's just amazing.
It is. And who would have thought that we would see that in ag? I mean, what's it going to be in 10 years? I mean, 20 years. I mean, it's just
I think it used to take 10 or 20 years we'd see stuff. Now it just comes so much faster.
Yeah, it's just and another thing too that we're seeing is this technology. There is some pains of technology. We got some tractors like our old 1066s back in the 70s. There's still parts. But we're seeing now some of these tractors in the 2000s. The computer program and the components aren't available anymore. They're outdated. So. Thanks to our Canadian friends, there's some places up in there that are remanufacturing some of these components, and it's a little bit of a challenge, but we're learning every day what's out there. But that is something that we're seeing across the board is this technology does get old. It's like a computer and like a cell phone. We're not seeing the longevity of it.
And that would be different than a 1066, right? Meaning that, like with that one, it's a bearing. It's a
bearing. And now it's not. It's we had a tractor. I'm not going to say whose it was, but it would not start, and it was a hard one. We couldn't figure out why it wouldn't crank.
On a 1066, that's fairly easy.
It's a fairly easy. It's a clutch pedal's not down or something.
Yeah, but on a newer tractor,
this tractor had what they call a body control module, and it just tells everything has to be right. You got to be in the seat. Everything has to be in neutral. And one of the things that triggered it to start, it had to see that the dome light was off. So the door had to be making sure the door was shut.
Oh my gosh.
So this body control module wasn't seeing that this dome light wasn't shut off and it wouldn't allow it to start. So That was a little hard one to figure out.
Who would have dreamed?
It's just like your new trucks. I mean,
sure, yeah.
And Tier 4, has been a headache for everybody, and it's been the whole auto industry. But it's here to stay, and we've had to learn, and we know it now. We're very well versed on how to fix and keep this Tier 4 technology going with the DEF and the afterburners, and we know what we're doing now.
It's here to stay, right?
It is here to stay. I mean, there's some deer come out with that big horsepower motor. I mean, there was some things that he didn't have to have in that 800 horsepower. So I think I don't know if that's going to change. Anything 25 horsepower and under for us has to have some kind of a treatment system on it.
Do you think that's going to change now with the EPA's?
I don't know. I can't really answer that for sure. What's going on there? We would love to see it change, but
yeah.
And it's a bad thing because a lot of the farmers out there are deleting the systems. And for me as a dealer, when I come across one of those, I can't work on it, and it puts us in a bad situation because they know. I mean, these companies know anymore. They're putting all this technology on there with the modems, knowing where you're at, and I mean, if Ed Inglau, he broke down the other day on his 380 Magnum, and I knew about the same time he did on my cell phone. So these companies know what's going on with these tractors.
Wow.
So deleting is I don't think is the answer.
I was in Alaska, and Dad started up the backhoe.
Yeah.
And I called him. I was like, "What you doing, Dad?" And he goes, "Oh, I was just out here messing around." I was like, "You been on the backhoe a little bit today?" How'd you know that?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it
was cold and the hydraulic pressure hadn't warmed up yet or something.
The turbo wasn't ready, but it's nice. I mean, when something breaks down, I mean, I kind of know with the codes and stuff, I kind of have an idea of what we need to take with us when they break down now. So that's been nice. It's a little overwhelming when a farmer, hey, through this code, because there's just not that information out there that I wish they would kind of get. I know the deer guys want the right to repair is kind of big right now, and Case H has kind of opened up a little bit of their technology with their monitor systems. The farmers can see a lot of the stuff that we do on the monitor itself without us having to hook our computer up to it. It's nice. Technology is nice. It's just it's been a good tool for us knowing to be prepared to go out and fix things.
So your service trucks, I mean, it's almost more important for them to have a laptop than it is a wrench anymore.
Yeah, there's still wrenches, but yes, the laptops, I can't have enough laptops during combine season. But it takes the right guy to know how to use it. Right now, we got 3 combine techs right now at our Seymour store, and that keeps all those combines going. So that's telling our guys how good they're doing in our combine inspections and how good a job that our techs are doing keeping those guys going.
What's the biggest corn head right now? Is it 16?
Yeah, I mean, I know we don't sell everything around here is 12 rows, the biggest here, but yeah, there is some 16 row 30s. It takes a big combine to run that, and I remember when George Mellencamp went from a 6 row to a 12 row corn head, and it was me and Lauren Benner, and then Grover was out there, and I think in about 2 hours we had George's grain facility completely where he couldn't take anymore. We had to slow down. We find our limiting factors with big combines and big corn heads, and I mean we're capable now doing 5,000 bushel an hour. Now who can handle 5,000 bushel an hour and haul it?
Gosh.
So it's.
I think I've got a neighbor that when he got his first 16-row head, I was actually coming down the road and he was opening up a field and I stopped. And when you see 16 rows disappear as he comes out the end, that's an amazing thing.
This the technology in cornheads. Garingoff come out with the new cornhead called a Patriot cornhead, and basically you can about shell sideways with that thing, and just opening up a field. And these guys that used to, you'd see them, they'd back up and they just go right in, and it's just amazing what they've done with cornheads. And now it's the sizing of the fodder, and we can.
When they fold up, you can go down the road.
Hit a button, fold up. But that takes a special machine. We found that out. I mean, it's hard on a machine to take a cornhead down the road. I mean, you think of a Class 8 combine with a full tank of grain and a cornhead on it, and you put those front tires, you're 60,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh!
So wow. It's a lot of weight, a lot to handle, and we could haul a combine out of the plant with one semi. Now it takes two because we're overweight. So that's a whole other different thing that's changed. I mean, freight. I think the first combine was I sold Maury and Willie Munning a 2188, and I think the freight on it was maybe $800 to get it here, and now we're $9,000 in freight to get a combine here. It's just crazy how it's changed.
You don't even think about those types of costs.
Just freight, because we have to have a combine come, and the tires, they come the next day, or they try and send the tires before so we can get off the semi, but they send the tires separate because they're overweight.
Golly.
So it's
I guess you could sell a lot of grain carts too, because now you sell bigger combines, and now they need more equipment to get the corn away from the combine.
Semi. I mean, I could, the semi guys. I mean, the trailers to take them. I mean, I don't. If you had a combine and needed to haul grain anywhere, I don't know if you'd have enough semis to keep it away from these big machines. I mean,
that's wild.
But another thing I know, probably you guys a lot of people were asking about is how the tariffs.
Yeah, that was in my notes.
Affecting us. Honestly, it's not. We're used to price increases every year. Our price tapes change every month on parts. It's not really. We've not said, "Wow, this is really affecting us that bad." We're used to that price increase. So
I didn't know. I didn't know
we're used to a 3 to 5% every year on equipment. That's what it raises every. That's pretty normal. So, I mean, to say it's really affected us, I haven't seen it. I mean, that's just my honest opinion.
Okay. Well, we sure have covered a lot of ground. What else have we? Anything else? I think it's just neat, the technology.
It is. I mean, it's amazing where it's going to be. And like I said, these young people out here that's in Purdue and stuff, we need good young guys. There's a lot of opportunity, and it's a fun job, and we need you. The farmers need them. We need the young guys.
What kind of majors are you looking for when you go to the? I hear a lot of kids when I go back to Purdue, they're going through ag systems management.
See, I was one of the first guys, and I did some ASM classes. I mean, those guys normally are our tech guys. That they go into our technology. As far as our mechanics wise, I need good guys that want to work. We can teach you. I mean, there's schools and there's opportunities, but come there and we'll go through Jacobi's School of Technology, and we'll teach you what you got to do. Yeah, you just need good work ethics.
Very good. I think that's a good message for any of the young people that are listening, or folks, if you have kids, you have initiative and a curious mind, and you'll go far.
There's opportunities if you want to work.
All right. Jeff, that's all I got. Anything else?
No, I think that's probably a good message to end on.
Yeah, I think it is too. Jay, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate all you guys do. Like I said, we we enjoy Premier Ag, and I'm always promoting you every time I'm out.
Well, thank you.
And we appreciate what you do.
All right. Well, we're going to end on that, and that's another episode of The High Ground, powered by Premier Companies. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.